New series alert! I am so excited to be bringing a new series to my channel. This is 30! This is 30. I like how that sounds. I feel like we needed something new, something fresh on the channel. A few of you guys know that I recently turned 30. It's a new decade. I've been on YouTube for a couple of years now, and I've had you guys' support for the longest, and I truly appreciate it. So I wanted to bring something new to my channel. So this is 30. This series is going to feature a lot of different things, from vlogs to chit chat sessions to sit down videos where I just literally yap sessions with you guys about things that I've learned in the last decade, things that I want to do in this upcoming decade, and just my life, my everyday life as I navigate through this world in this new decade. So I hope you guys are ready for that. I will specifically title the video "This is 30" if it is going to be a part of this series. Not everything that I put out is going to be included in this series, but I just wanted to share what the series will include, and I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are excited for it. I'm pretty excited for it. So that being said, go ahead and start the series off. In this video, I wanted to just highlight some habits / things that I want to start doing in this new decade. Some things I've already started doing, but I really want to hone in on some of these things. But I want to share 30 things with you guys that I would like to do / habits I would like to form in this new decade. So definitely stay tuned and keep on watching. If you're new here, I hope you stick around for the new series and all my other content by subscribing down below. To my OGs, y'all know I love y'all down to the ground. I love y'all so much. You guys so much for continuously rocking with me. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, and also follow me on Instagram and on TikTok at the Stush Life. And feel free to leave any comments or questions that you may have down below. I really want to engage more with you guys in this series, so feel free to drop a comment down below. I don't bite, I promise. I don't bite. So I've written pretty much 30 things down on my notes app and my iPhone, and I'm just gonna read it off to you. For some of them, I'll have more context to it, but others, you know, it'll be plain and simple, right to the point. So number 1, reading devotionals. So I mentioned in my what I'm reading in 2025 video, I put that up, I believe, in January, that I started a devotional book. It's actually called New Day, New You by Joyce Meyer. Every single day, you open the book up. I actually have it on my books app on my phone, and you read a devotional. She kind of shares her perspective on it as well, and it just requires you to sit back and think about how it applies to your life. So I've been doing that. I'm a little behind, I'm not gonna lie. Ever since my birthday, I kind of fell behind because I was doing so much traveling. But I'm trying to read like 2 pages a day to really like catch up. But there is a devotional for literally every single day of the year. You can find this book on Amazon. I purchased it in Books app on my iPad, but you can also find it on Amazon. I'll leave links in the description box, okay? Next, smiling more. Listen, my resting bee face is very real. I also live in New York City. I grew up in the city. We have this reputation of being mean. I don't know, I think we're just very serious and we're always on the go, so we really don't have time to be smiling in your face all the time, every day. But I do find that when I travel to different places, everyone is so nice, and I'm always like, I don't really get this vibe in New York. Every now and then people will smile at you, but I've been forcing myself to smile more on an everyday basis, especially when I'm just out and about in the street. Like, just not have a RBF face. Not force myself to smile, naturally just smile at others, especially if you're like pretty, or I don't know, if you seem like you're not really having a good day, or if I'm on the train with you and we're literally sitting right across from each other, instead of like looking everywhere. I'm not saying I'm going to be staring you dead in your face, like, but you know, I try to seem more approachable, if that makes sense, and try to smile a little bit more. I feel like it also boosts your mood just a little bit too when you're smiling. So that's one of the things that I like to start doing more, smiling more. Again, I've traveled to a few different places in different states, mostly, and I speak about this. Everyone is always smiling. Everyone is so nice. And I feel like we're not, as New Yorkers, we're just not that. But I want to try implementing that more in my home city. So hopefully it inspires you guys to do that if you do live in New York, and just kind of just be a little bit more positive, a little bit more upbeat. Sometimes we leave the house like, oh, here we go again. But every day is a blessing, so let's start living like that and not always seem so uptight, okay? Because sometimes we can come off like that, New Yorkers, I do admit, but I'm gonna try to start having a more pleasant face when I leave the house. Next is trying more recipes. I've actually started, there's so many things in my notes, I swear if you were to find my phone, you would probably return it if you're unable to clear it, because there's, or maybe even learn from some things in my notes list. I've actually created a new note in my phone called Cooking Bucket List. So far I have focaccia on here, curry chicken salad, mango sticky rice, Greek yogurt bagels, and Thai fried banana. Like, I find that I eat a lot of the same things. Sometimes I will make different things, but I want to start putting these recipe books to use. I have so many recipe books. I save so many things on my TikTok, on my Instagram, like recipes that I want to try, and I never make the time to actually make these recipes. Now we're doing it. Now we're getting to it. So every Sunday or whenever I feel like I want to try something new, I'm going to go out and buy the ingredients and actually make these recipes. Who knows, I might even like a recipe so much, I might be able to even tweak it and make it my own. So yeah, we're going to be trying new recipes and cooking more and making more things. Next is checking more places off my list, intentionally leaving the house. So a lot of times, if you're OG Triple SG in the vlogs, you know, like Saturdays or weekends, I'll tell you guys, I have no idea where we're going, but we're gonna end up somewhere and we're gonna have a time. And I love those days. I like those spontaneous days as well. But then there are times that I get back home and I'm like, oh my gosh, this place was right next to where we went today and I didn't even realize. So I say intentionally planning when leaving the house. I need to start doing that more. I like the spontaneous day trips. I like those things as well, but I need to really plan my days out because there are so many things in New York City and they're literally, a lot of these things are very close to each other. So if I really plan it, I can knock off a lot of things on my list in one day. And again, back to the notes, I don't even want to show you guys my places to dine. This is all places to dine. Some of them I've checked off. No, you cannot have the list. There's some things that I'm just not gonna do. Boundaries, let's get into that. Boundaries, creating more boundaries. I feel like we all have boundaries, but we don't actually say them and know them. Like, there's just some things that we're just like, yeah, no. But to actually know your boundaries so that people don't cross it, that's another thing. There's some things that you'll probably think back like, damn, you know what? I don't even know why I let them play me like that. Or I don't even know why I let that happen. It's because we know of these boundaries, but we don't actually implement them. So setting boundaries, I don't do this, and I need to start. At this big age, you're not finna play with me like that. You're not finna play. At this big age, we need to start setting boundaries. So this is one thing that I'm going to do. Someone actually asked me recently, what are your boundaries? And I was like, oh, good question. Yeah, this is the time to really do some deep thinking. What is it that you like? What is it that you're not tolerating? What is it that you dislike? This is the time for me. This is that time for me. Making connections, that requires me to leave the house. And again, like intentionally planning when I leave the house. More so going to networking events, going to influencer events, hopefully being invited to brand events. That is something that I really want to do. So obviously I need to show up more on my platforms. I need to post more. I need to post more consistently. The pandemic was a interesting time, to say the least. I mean, I still don't know what happened in those 5 years, but I feel like we literally blinked. But during that time, I was able to really hone in on my craft. And after that, we got back into we got into the new normals. We didn't go back to normal. We created a new normal, right? And I don't know, you guys know I went back to school. We started doing different things, and I don't know, I don't want to say that I lost it, but I took a break. I'm still kind of on break, or I'm still giving myself a break, honestly. From content creation, I'm creating here and there, but I'm also reminding myself that just because you took a break, it doesn't mean you've lost anything. You're still very much so capable. So make the time when you can to do the things that you like to do, to create. And opportunities will present itself to you if you're putting in the work, right? Things don't just happen miraculously. You have to put in the work. So I'm aware of that, but I know that making connections is also important in this industry. So yeah, that's on the list. Attending more influencer events. So I kind of touched on that. They kind of go hand in hand. So that's another one. A lot of these kind of like flow into the next one. So there are 30 of them on here, but I just do want to mention that. Attending more influencer events. And even if that means going alone, I need to start doing that more. I know a lot of them are going to be opening up or showing. I know a lot of them will be happening more so in the spring and summer months. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled for that. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled for that and try to network at these events, okay? Try to network. I'd say I'm an extroverted introvert. Definitely an introvert, but once I get comfortable, we could talk, we could yap, we could chit chat, we could, do a little kiki. But I have to feel you out first. That's just me. It's always been me. So these influencer events are sometimes tricky for me because I'm not one of those that will just come up to you like, hey girl, love this, and you know, be all in it. I have to like really fill you out. I ain't gonna say that's something I'm working on because that's naturally just me, but I'm gonna force myself to put myself in these positions to talk to people more and to network. So just saying that. I need to also work on modifying my professional portfolio. And this is for my social media platform and also for my personal life, right? So I can't tell you guys, probably embarrassing, I can't tell you guys how long it's been since I've been on LinkedIn, just simply because I didn't have to. I didn't have to go on LinkedIn. I was working in the health field prior to moving back to New York City. So I was working in the health field once I graduated college. And I landed that job, and I don't recall even updating my LinkedIn then. And when I moved back to New York City, a lot of you guys know I worked at Sephora for a couple of years. I didn't feel like I needed to put it on LinkedIn. I needed to put that on LinkedIn, so I didn't. And now you guys know I work in a different field. I work in education, and I still haven't updated my LinkedIn. So that's something that I'm going to actually be doing in the next upcoming months, being that I will be graduating at some point in the near future. I will let you guys know when that is. But yeah, I need to make sure I'm modifying my professional portfolio and like keeping up with that, because I need to stay on top of things like that. Those things are important. So we will be doing that. Wearing my eye cream. I'm not going to lie. When I went to London, if you watched that London vlog, you saw that my mom's friend is an esthetician, and he did a full skincare scan of my face, and it showed a lot of things from UV damage to fine liner wrinkles and all those things, and he really pointed out that I need to be using my eye cream. And I have it, but I will say it is another step in the skincare routine, and sometimes we just don't have time for that. But no. I have all the time in the world. When I say I've been putting on my eye cream morning and night, don't skip out on the eye cream, because I feel like it's a very telling area on your face as you start to age, in addition to the hands and the neck. So I'm taking the extra time to apply my eye cream, okay? That being said, I'm also spending more time on skincare. And then I say that, I mean like really doing my research and learning more about the products that I'm putting on my face. I've been loving like K-Skin, Korean skincare. But in addition to Korean skincare, I've also been receiving a lot of skincare PR. I want to not only test out the products, but really learn more about the ingredients that they're putting in these products. Because then if and when, hopefully I don't have any breakouts, I can really like target what it is that's causing me to break out. So my skin might not like a specific product, but I won't know if I'm not really like paying attention to all the ingredients. And yes, I know the superficial ingredients like salicylic acid and squalene and things of that sort, but like the other things that we really have no idea about, the benzoin and all these other things, like I really want to make sure I know what each ingredient is and what it actually does for my skin. So that being said, I'm going to do more research on my skincare products, and I'm also going to implement more luxurious skincare products into my routine. I've started to do so. I already use a lot of high-end skincare products, from Clarins to L'Occitane. I actually just purchased a skincare product by Renavant that has saffron in there. Oh, like saffron is expensive. You get like 3 or 4 little threads. I think that's what, I don't know if that's what they actually call the saffron pieces. That is like $30 for them three little strands of saffron. So saffron is one of the ingredients in the product that I recently purchased. So I'm trying to really like elevate my skincare, because I want my skin to be looking nice and youthful. I want to keep this teenage looking skin as I age, okay? Period. This one is pretty self-explanatory, and I don't even really need to get into it too much, but saving, WTF. Get a grip, Stushy, get a grip. Get a grip, get a grip. Overconsumption is real. That's another thing on here. But saving, WTF. I literally put WTF question mark, exclamation mark, question mark. Next, traveling with my mom. I really want to do this more. We took 2 trips last year. My mom is a workaholic. She's now learning the importance of, I don't want to say saying F that job, But putting yourself on the front burner and putting work on the back burner, right? We took 2 trips last year, and since then she's been really wanting to travel more and has been seeing places that she wants to visit. So I'd like to do that more with her as I age and as she ages, because I know at some point she won't be able to do all of these things. I don't even want to get into that. I'm getting emotional. But dating my mom or dating my parents, make time for your parents, okay? They're not going to be here forever, so make time for them, okay? Accompany them to activities that they enjoy. Make time for your parents. Investing in quality items. One, they last longer and they're better for you. There's a documentary that I started watching on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called, but if you know, you know. It talks about overconsumption and things of that sort, and polyester and why that's bad for you and all that stuff. But I haven't finished watching it, but I will say it has kind of opened my eyes up to a lot of the things that we do in the United States when it comes to shopping. And I just want to buy more quality items, be it vintage, be it new, but made with better ingredients. Or is that the fridge? I think so. Hopefully it's not drowning me out too much. I am in the living room recording, like the setup. But yeah, I just want to invest in more quality items, more vintage items, things that were made with good quality materials. So yeah, I want to say that. And I don't know if this is TMI. I'm not sure if this is TMI. But ladies, look at your underwear, okay? Look at your underwear. It needs to be cotton lining, if not 100% cotton lining. The spandex is cute to have every now and then for, I don't know, if you need to wear a dress and you want to make sure your body looks skin tight. Everything, the dress is skin tight and ting. But all that spandex in that area, I'm just saying, not all the time. I still have a few of them, mostly black. If I need to wear like a little black dress or a little, you know, something fitting, I want to make sure my panty line is not showing, I'll keep a few for that. But just saying. Pay attention to what it's being made with, what the undergarments are being made with. Juicing / building my immunity. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I'm currently under the weather. I'm still pushing through though, but I'm currently under the weather, and I feel as though it's because I haven't been implementing enough fruits and vegetables in my diet. Don't get me wrong, I eat my fruits and vegetables. I eat my rice and cabbage. But I feel as though I could be doing more to incorporate these nutrients into my body. So I would like to start juicing or making shots or something on a weekly basis to build my immunity. I do this more so when I'm sick, and I need to be proactive, not reactive. So that's on the list. Finding the right fitness routine for me. I know that I'm not a gym girly. Maybe if I lived in a nice little building where even then I don't feel like I would do it. I would go every now and then, but I would need like a room to do like my own thing. Every now and then maybe I'll go on the treadmill, but I personally like fitness classes / activities. I like to do a run around the community or a jog around the community or a walk around the community. I like yoga. I like boxing. I haven't tried barriers yet, but I want to try that. I did sign up for ClassPass. And one of my goals when I turned, or before I turned 30, was to have a consistent fitness routine. So I need to get on that, because in this decade, I need to make sure that I'm actively moving my body on every single day basis, okay? So I did sign up for ClassPass, but I need to work on finding a fitness routine that is right for me. I know the things that I like. I know the things that I dislike. And we just need to curate the right routine for me. So there's that. Next is decluttering. I really need to declutter. Not only, when I say decluttering, I mean, I'm more so speaking about material items. Later on, I'll talk about mental space, but with journaling, but we'll get into that later. But right now I'm speaking about decluttering material items. So overconsumption is real. We're in April. I was about to say August. Girl, slow down. I mean, this year needs to slow down. How are we in April? But we're in April. I have not been to Target since January. Believe it or not, haven't been to Target. I haven't purchased anything from Target since January. If you know, you know. I was Target stan. I haven't been to Target since January. I haven't placed, well, I placed 2 Amazon orders since the year started. If you know me, listen, Amazon was coming to my house like once a week or once every 2 weeks at least. I haven't placed anything on Amazon in a minute. So I did place 2 orders. The first order that I placed, I actually purchased something for a friend's housewarming, or from a friend's house registry. And then the second order that I placed, I actually needed to get some last minute things for a trip. I was literally leaving the next day and I didn't have time to go out and buy like a lot for my luggage. So I did place some things on Amazon literally the day before I was leaving and had it delivered the same day because I needed it right away. So Amazon only placed 2 orders. TJ Maxx, I've been in there twice. I love me some TJ Maxx. I love me some Marshalls, but I just haven't been in there because I know myself. If I go in there, I'm gonna buy something. I'm gonna find something to buy, and I don't need anything. So I probably went in there twice. I don't remember what I went in there for, but I've been in there twice since the year started. That is good. If you've watched my vlogs, you know on the weekends we find time. We find time to make our way to TJ Maxx, make our way to Target. I've been doing good. Back to decluttering, I have a lot of stuff. I don't need anything else, to be honest. I really don't need anything else. When you go back to, when you think about, well, and I think about island life, right? We didn't have any of this stuff. We didn't need 75 bottles of fragrance. I have them. I definitely don't need them. I definitely don't use half of them. I'm trying to use more of them since I have them and I don't want them to go to waste, but we really don't need this many of anything, right? So decluttering. I ain't throwing away my perfume, I ain't saying that, but decluttering my life from all these things. So if I feel like it serves no purpose, I'm donating it or getting rid of it. Point blank period. I want to experiment more with my makeup. I've been playing it safe for a little bit. I mean, the other day I was looking on my Instagram like, damn, who is she? I really used to take the time to play in my makeup, create fun, colorful looks. I don't really have time for that anymore, but on an everyday basis, I'm really not doing all of that with my makeup. But I do want to stop playing it safe. I feel like once we create a routine, we kind of stick with it for a while and we really don't switch it up. I want to start switching things up just a little bit more, using more of my products. Today I did use a couple of things that have been in my collection for a little while that I haven't played in a little while. I don't even think I mentioned, as a matter of fact, I don't even think we spoke about this look, have we? I did film a video testing out new Sephora makeup product. I did also do a twist out on stretched hair, and I showed you guys how I did that in a vlog, so I'll go ahead and leave that vlog linked up above and down below so you guys can check that out. And then these earrings are actually from TJ Maxx, and I think I picked these up during one of my last runs that I just mentioned with you guys, one of my last 2 runs that I've made for the year. So I purchased these and I actually wore these in Jamaica. These were so pretty, and you see, the things that I purchase, I'm going to make sure I'm actually using them, because why purchase things and have them sit and collect dust? So experimenting more, not playing it safe with my makeup. I'll be doing that a lot more whenever I am doing my makeup. And sometime last year, I actually started to do my makeup for work. I might start doing that again because I just have so much makeup that there's no way I'll get through any of these items without them expiring if I'm just going to be doing my makeup for these videos and for whenever I'm actually going out. You feel me? You catch my drift? So I might actually make a little makeup bag to keep in my everyday bag / my work bag, so I can do that every morning, even if it's just like a little brow and a little wing liner and a little lip gloss or lipstick, something. I have too many products to just have them sitting around and collecting dust. So we're not playing it safe anymore, okay? Anti-more. I also want to watch more educational content, be it on YouTube or listening to podcasts. So I actually used to listen to this podcast. I want to say her name was Anaya. She's a YouTuber, and I feel like she opened a store in Atlanta. I cannot remember her name. Anaya something. I used to listen to one of her podcasts and I really enjoyed it. And then Growth Over Comfort, I was listening to their podcast as well. But you know, things happen, you just forget about stuff. It's kind of like watching a TV show and I don't know, you just totally forget about it. At least that's my life. I'll start series and totally forget about it. I'm like, oh, I got to go back and watch that. Speaking of, I have something in my junk journal where I wrote down from books that I need to finish to TV shows that I need to finish. I'm getting it all done. But we have so many, we only have 24 hours in a day. It sounds like a lot, but time flies. Y'all notice. I'm like preaching to a choir right now, but I want to get back into watching more educational content or feeding my brain with more knowledgeable information, right? Instead of like doom scrolling on TikTok, even though I learned so much with TikTok, God bless TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, I learned so much from TikTok. Half of the time, I'm not even Googling things anymore. I'm going straight to TikTok to figure out what I need to do. But I do want to make sure that I'm making time to watch more educational content and learn more about things that I'm interested in. So I have that on here. That being said, that leads right into researching more about investing and real estate. Things that are not taught in school. Like, we're really not taught about credit in school, and which I feel like is why a lot of us are in so much debt, in addition to like other things that, you know, lead us to have debt. But I really want to do more research about investing in stocks and building portfolios and real estate and things of that sort, because these are things that we really just don't know about unless we put the time in, take the time to actually learn about these things. So I need to make sure that I'm doing that this new decade, because these things are of importance to me. So I want to learn more about that. Checking in with friends. We all know that life gets complicated for us. We're all dealing with our own ish. Like it or not, you can't really expect for people to drop everything that they have and call you, or drop everything that they have and make time every single weekend or every single day to check in. Like, we just have so many other things that we're focusing on now. So we can't be on the phone all the time to talk to our best friends. Sometimes we have time to call. Some days we might not have time to call. So I want to make sure I'm checking in with my friends and dating my friends more in this decade. I feel as though I have a solid group of friends that I've known for a while. And though we're doing different things in life, I still want to make sure that I'm making time for them and finding time to pour into them, to love on them, to hear about what's going on in their life. So if I need to mark it on a calendar to make a date, then we're going to have to do that, okay? We have to find the time and set a date. And when that date comes, we go and see our friends, okay? So checking in with friends is also on my list, and dating them is also on my list. That being said, dating myself, not getting lost in a relationship. So I never officially said it, but I feel like if you know, your girl is in a relationship. I feel like it's not something that I need to announce. But if you know, like, you peeped in the vlogs, then you peeped in the vlogs, right? So not getting lost in your relationships. I feel like a lot of people tend to do this. They get lost in their marriage, where they feel like they can't do anything without their significant other, without their spouse. It's very important for you to have a life outside of your partner. A lot of people forget that that's how you get lost. That's how you lose yourself. And I feel like it's very important that I do this for myself and that he does that for himself as well, that we continue to date ourselves. I say date ourselves, I mean like self-care dates, solo dates. Those are very important. You don't always need to rely on someone to do something. It's important. You guys know that I've always been a solo girly. Like, I'm big on going out by myself. I'm big on traveling by myself. I still enjoy that. Nothing's going to take that away from me. So I just want to state that I want to make sure that I'm also finding time to love on myself and to continue to date myself, even though I'm in a relationship. So yeah, let's say that. Embracing my natural hair more. First of all, I'm literally loving this twist out. It's day one and I'm loving it. Not gonna lie, I do need a trim, and I feel as though whenever I trim my hair, I'm always like, all right, let's braid her back up. Let's put her back in a protective style. But no, I need to embrace my natural hair every step of the way. I'm not ashamed of her, but sometimes I'm like, that's not really the vibe. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I'm like, that's not really the vibe. I feel like this would look better with this, or this hairstyle would look better with this. I almost never travel with my natural hair, like travel to a tropical country or travel in general. I typically do my hair, but I want to embrace my natural hair more. If that means I have to take some time out during my trip to style my hair, then so be it. But I do want to embrace my natural hair more. I love her down, not gonna lie, I do love her down. Love how this twist out came out. She eats. But we need to make time in this new decade to embrace our natural hair more. And that can look different in the next 2 years. Who knows? I might decide to cut it all off again, but still embracing my natural hair. I loved my natural hair. Who's been here since I had a baldy, since I had a low cut? I miss her. Not doing her anytime soon. I don't foresee it right now. I do miss her. I do love her. If you've been here since then, comment down below and let me know what hair color you remember me having, and if you have been here since then. I want to see where the OG's at. I want to see if we have some OGs watching right now, so comment that down below. I've been going, what, 4 months strong, and prior to the new year I feel like I hadn't in a little while as well. But I'm talking about hookah. No hookah. I'm keeping up with it. I'm saying it now. No hookah for the entire year of 2025. That's it. For me, it's not hard because it's not something that I crave. It's not something that I don't want to say I enjoy. It's not something that I need in a social setting. I like me a little cocktail, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a person that like, oh, there's no hookah, I'm not feeling the vibe. I need to go somewhere. I need to go to a hookah lounge after. I need to get that fulfillment to end my night. Like, that's not me. So I feel like I could do a whole year with no hooks, to be honest. I feel like I could do a whole year. I'm claiming it now. We're doing a whole year with no hookah. And to be honest, if you know, you know, I should not be smoking hookah anti-ways. Anti-ways, I should not be smoking hookah. I've said it a few times on my channel that I'm a cancer survivor, so that shouldn't even be in any routine of mine. So yeah, we're keeping up with it. No hookah, period. I'm not gonna sit here and bash the people that do smoke hookah. It's your life, do what you want to do. But in mine, I'm trying to eliminate it entirely from my lifestyle, and I've been doing a pretty good job at that. Like, I haven't been one in the last few years to do hookah consistently, so it's not really a challenge for me. But in social settings, it's like, okay, cool, you know, that's the vibe. But now I'm just like, I'm good, you feel me? So yeah, that's that. Making time for new hobbies / trying new things. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. I have been doing this. A lot of you guys know that I've been junk journaling. I love junk journaling so much. I've always kind of been a junk journaler, but I didn't even really know that's what it was called, or I wasn't doing it that way. I was more so calling it scrapbooking. But I kind of fell off from doing that. I used to do that when I was in my teenage years, but I'm getting back into it now. I'm a geriatric. I love a craft. I love a trinket. Yeah, that's me. Oh, that TikTok sound. Tap in if you know. And this kind of leads into wanting to take a floral class / pottery class, or a floral arrangement class / a pottery class. I foresee myself taking a pottery class very, very soon, honestly. Maybe even this week. I'm gonna check more things off my list. I told you guys this. So pottery class is on the list. I do want to try to find a nice floral arrangement class as well. I know that the New York Botanical Garden does have some, but they're pretty penny. They are pretty penny. So I'm going to do some more research, and I'll keep you guys updated in most likely a vlog. And maybe that'll be one of my This is 30 series vlogs or something like that. So stay tuned. But that's on here. Also, going back to, this is something else that I wrote. It kind of like, some of these kind of intertwine, but this is honing in on skills that I already have, i.e. cooking, i.e. bartending. So I mentioned earlier on the vlog that I want to try new recipes, so that kind of goes back to that. Bartending though, so a few you guys probably don't even know. I feel like I've mentioned it maybe twice in my videos in the past, but prior to me leaving New York City to go to school in upstate New York in Buffalo, I actually got my bartending license. I want to say it was ABC school somewhere near Fordham. It was, I want to say, maybe a 2-week course in a building in Fordham. I think they also teach, or they have certification classes for, I don't know if it's phlebotomy, some other medical training courses in that school as well. But bartending, but I did take a bartending course there as well, and I did get my certification. It's been a minute since I've bartended. I used to bartend in Buffalo, but I want to start honing in on those skills again. I actually have a whole bar in my home, and when I move, I do want to have my own little bar cart. But I need to start making nice cocktails and following some cute cocktail recipes. So kind of goes back to something that I mentioned early on in the video about trying new recipes, but I was more so talking about food. This time I'm talking about drinks. Make a cute little espresso martini at home. Every now and then I will dibble dabble in what I have, but I never really follow a recipe. We need to start doing that and honing in on those skills. So I have that here. Also gardening. You guys know that I am a plant mom, but I do also assist my mom in our outdoor garden. So gardening. So yeah, we're gonna hone in on those skills that we already have. And I've always said that I want to go to culinary art school. I still would like to go to culinary art school at some point in my life. Will it be in this decade? I don't know. We shall see. We shall have to wait and see. But that is also on my list, culinary art school, period. I need to go. It's not necessarily for me to open a restaurant as soon as I graduate, but I just want to have that underneath my belt. So culinary arts school, and if you know, you know, your girl is a chef. Your girl do be chefing, okay? We do be chefing. I don't post it on YouTube a lot, but maybe in this series we'll start cooking a little bit more, and I'll incorporate that in some vlogs. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Who is she? I also have journaling on here, so that also kind of ties into what I said earlier. Decluttering the mind. Therapy also needs to go hand in hand with that. I do need to look into finding a therapist. I was looking at BetterHelp. Let me know if you guys have tried that service, and let me know if you recommend it. But I was looking into BetterHelp. It's an online service where you can find a therapist and also have sessions with them via, I think, Zoom, or maybe it's probably Zoom. You cannot have sessions with them, but you do have to pay a fee. I'm not sure if it's per month or what, but I need to start looking into that as well. And journaling has been helping me, but talking to someone I feel like would be nice as well. So that is on here as well. And last but certainly not least, I know y'all probably like, damn, it's been 30 things already. Well, yeah, I've been yapping for a minute, don't you think? I think so. The last thing is saying no and not feeling bad about it. I am guilty of this. I'll be like, I'll like do a soft no, like, I'll let you know. But that, I feel like 99% of the time means no. I ain't going. But saying no and not feeling bad about it, that's one thing about me. I'll say no and then I have to explain myself. Like, why you gotta explain yourself? No does not require an explanation. No justification behind the no. You don't need to explain yourself. I need to start doing that more often. No, it's just a no, bro. It's just not gonna happen. No, I'm good. Nah, bro, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm cool on that. I'm cool for This is why you need to act. This is why you need to act your age. This is why you need to. The corniness will probably never stop. That'll probably carry on well into other decades of my life. But it is what it is. But yeah, saying no and not feeling bad about it. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. Sometimes we want to be people pleasers so badly, but we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't need to. Because when the shoe's on the other foot, it's no. Period. It's there. They ain't even finna explain to you why. It'll be hard, but it has to be done, right? It has to be done. So I'm working on that as I navigate through this new decade, in addition to all those other 30 things, all those other 29 things that I mentioned in this video. So it's been a long one. There are a lot of things, as I mentioned, that I have started to implement already. Some of these things are going to be harder than others to do, but we're working on it. We're holding ourselves accountable. We have this list here to remind us, because it's not just put up a video and forget about it. No, we have a list here to remind us, and we need to start checking it off as we go along. So let me know if there's anything from this list that you guys will be implementing in your life. 30, 29, 19, 45. Regardless of the fact, if there's anything that spoke to you, comment down below and let me know. That's what this series is about, really and truly. So comment down below and let me know. Thoroughly hope you guys enjoyed the very first video from my new series. This is 30. I'm super excited to share more content in this series, so I hope you guys stay tuned. I hope you guys come back to check out the next episode. I hope you guys also really enjoyed this video. If you did, don't head out before leaving a thumbs up down below. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, so that way you don't miss out on any of my upcoming content. If you're OG, thank you guys so much for coming back to support your girl. Before heading out, be sure to also follow me on Instagram and on TikTok at the Stush Life. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video in its entirety. I love you guys, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye guys.